All right, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. All right. That little vibration you saw there you heard there, that was just me lowering the volume a little bit. So you guys hold on a second. Let me go fill my cup up with some juice. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, folks. How's everybody doing? Thank you, guys, for coming in. Be getting ready to get started. Um, Hope everything is going well, people. You guys, this is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. We do this every Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to say hello to all of my people over in Belize. I saw somebody connected from Belize. Um, uh, Somebody, yep, that's Belize. Yep, we got not Gambia, Guinea. I'm sorry, Guinea. Got some international folks on tonight. Wow. Hope you guys are doing good. You must be on my other platform watching right now from my business page on Facebook. I want to say hello to those who are watching right now via YouTube and those who are watching right now via Twitter. Thank you guys for coming in. Hey, good to see you, Sherilyn Martin. You guys ready to get started? Because I got something I want to speak with you guys on tonight. So let's get it in. Let's get it. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. All right, folks. Good evening. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for stopping through. I want to say hello to Tara Kirk. Thank you for stopping through as well. Hope you guys have, had a great weekend. Hope you guys weekend was prosperous. I expect this week to be prosperous for you as well. And hope you guys are ready to get in where you can fit in and make it blend. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I want to make a correction from my video, and I still want you guys to take a look at that video I did a few days ago. Is titled Ice Cube. What I had mentioned. Let me turn my light on so you guys can see me better. Bam! There we go. I did a video a few days ago. It's titled Ice Cube. It's on my YouTube page. It's also on my Facebook page. It's on my Twitter as well. So I had mentioned that, Ice Cube reached out to Democrats, reached out to the Republicans, and turned out Republicans are the ones who said that they will want to speak to him about his CWBA, this contract for contract with Black America. That's what it stands for. But the correction I want to make in this video in regards to that is Ice Cube did not reach out to them. They actually reached out to Ice Cube. I got a little bit more details on that, a little bit more facts on that, and he mentioned that. So, so therefore, I wanted to make sure that you guys got that correct. We're all about facts, and it's not about being. I'm not biased at all. I'm not biased by the left or the right. I'm independent. I'll call it like I see it, and that's pretty much how I like to roll. So let's get into our topic this evening, because I mentioned it I mentioned what I want to speak to you guys tonight. I mentioned it in my video titled Ice Cube, but here I want to have a total focus on it. And that is, when you're an entrepreneur, you're doing deals. So I want to talk about entrepreneurial deals to be made. There's a 5-step process that I normally take when I do deals, when I talk contracts with people. You guys know we're waiting on travel bans to be lifted over in the Egypt region so that we can go over there and build this mega city, this smart city over there. But with that being said, there are some contracts that will be made, made for me and my banker, made with my vendors, the scientists that are all involved. And I want to talk to you guys. And not only that, I've done contracts with you guys know who Lisa Nichols is. She's the most sought after speaker in the world the last few years. She was in a movie called The Secret. If you guys have seen The Secret, uh, and she's a mega celebrity in our personal development industry. Done a contract with her. I've done a contract with several people on that level. And what I want to talk to you guys about is what you need to do. And these are things that I've also learned from them as well in terms of running your business, being a CEO, how to do your contracts. Now you got to understand something. Even if you do a contract with somebody that you've even known for many years, and I've had to learn this, and I actually had to learn it the hard way, is uh, that friendship you've had with that person, if you're doing business with them, that friendship that you've had with that person for the past 15, 20, 30 years, that goes out the window. It has to go out the window. And I've had to learn that I've been burned by people, man. I mean, literally burned by people, new and old, that I've been involved with, and and that's the way to learn. You don't go through problems, you grow through them. So when you're doing your business deals, everything have to be in a contract. Everything have to be on paper. I am so much in love with that now, and I'm gonna be honest with you. If I end up dating somebody, they're gonna have to sign an NDA because I'm very, very, very privacy is very, very important to me. It really is. That's why you guys don't see me. It was a couple of times. One time I told you guys I had a strep throat. It just came out of nowhere. It is like 1 minute I was chilling, take a swallow. 2 minutes later, I took a swallow again, and mega pain just came. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So ended up going to the hospital, getting it checked out. I was diagnosed with strep throat. They cleared it up, took care of me, and I'm out of there. But that one time that you didn't notice because I was not in the hospital with a hospital gown on, going through tests and all that, and waiting and stuff like that, and taking selfies. That you won't catch me doing no shit like that. That is, people do it. That's on you, but that is not something you would catch me doing. Is if I'm sick, if I'm in a hospital, I'm in there taking selfies. No way, Jack. I'm not doing that. So with that being said, what I'm sharing with you guys is, NDAs to me is important. If you want to do a business deal with me, and now if somebody I actually would just be dating, I'm gonna tell you something. Dating me, you might be exposed to some stuff that I don't want the public to know about me, my relatives, because you be dating, you have access to knowing who my relatives are or anything about their businesses. You gotta sign an NDA. You can't sign an NDA, we can't date. That's just how I feel like I'm gonna need to go right now because privacy is important to me. My business is important to me. My privacy is important to me. And what I share with you is what I want you to know and I want you to learn and grow from. That's something totally different. So with that being said, folks, I want to go over these 5 steps. It's a 5-step process in sealing a deal. 5 steps. Now, other people might have more steps. Other people might have less steps. But I'm going to give you my steps, which are 5. Okay. And I covered this in the video I did for Ice Cube. So this is going to be the key topic for tonight. 5 steps to sealing a deal. I'm not going to talk about the sales process because that's going to be included in one of these steps. Okay. What's the first step? The first step is an NDA. What is an NDA? A non-disclosure agreement. Whoever comes into your life, you want to do business with them. They want to do business with you. You have to have this mindset. Whoever comes into your life looking to do a contract or do a business deal, listen to me. They do not, and I'm going to repeat, 95% of these people do not have your best interests at heart. They have their best interests at heart. Black folks, we really, really need to understand that. We really, really need to learn that, because you have to realize something. People, the best deals that you probably will make are probably people who don't even like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? The best deals you probably will strike are probably going to be with the people who don't like you, and you might not like them. See, the people who loves you, it's hard to do business with them because they're going to swear up and down because you guys are so been friends for so long. Why this business have to be this way or that way? That's an example of that person you sit across the table and do a deal with does not have your best interest at heart. Think about a car dealership. Those of you who went to a car dealership, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I was a car salesman before, but I'm gonna talk to you guys as consumers. When you walk into a car dealership and you like a car, you want to buy this car, here's what you're gonna have to understand. Gotta understand this. The salesperson wants to sell you this vehicle at sticker price, 100% sticker price. They don't want to come up off of no. They don't want to come up off of no discount. They don't want to chop down the price of this car. They don't want to do any of that. They want to sell it to you. If the car goes for $35,000, guess what? They want to sell you the car for $35,000. Now the car does have markup. Let's say it's a $35,000, and let's say the car costs $30,000. That $5,000 markup, they want to sell it. They want to make that markup. They don't want to discount that price. Because if they discount the price from 35,000 to start going on to 34, 33, the more or less they come down on the price of that car down. And if the invoice is at 30,000, if the more they come down, the lower their commission check. Most dealerships pays most dealerships pays a salesperson 25% above invoice. 25% above invoice. So some people can make $1,500 off of one car sale. But that started to diminish when you start bringing down the price, because now as you're bringing down the price, you're also bringing down how much you get paid above that invoice. You guys understand what I'm saying? So just so notice, when you into a dealership to buy a car, that salesperson job is to make you feel like they want you to have the best car experience in the world. But when it comes to that money, they don't have your best interest at heart. They have their best interest at heart. That's the way deals are being made, folks. So having said that, you gotta, and that's going to be all in the next step, because first you sign your NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Now, car dealerships don't do that. I'm talking about as a business person, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you're doing deals. I don't care what it is you're doing. If it calls for a contract, you need to start. You need to start with an NDA. NDA protects you and it protects them. If you do a deal with this person, I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people do. How many of you have seen or went to a restaurant and didn't have the best experience? I'm just using this as a hypothetical situation. Let's say you went to a restaurant, you didn't have the best experience. You leave this restaurant, you go tell everybody else, even on social media, that you didn't have a good experience at this restaurant. And then you tell them, don't go to this restaurant. Well, why would you tell them not to go to the restaurant? You didn't have a good experience. The next person might have a good experience. You see what I'm saying, folks? So in business, people would do you the same way. Oh, this person, yeah, I had them do some marketing for me before. Or I had them to speak at my event, or it was good or it was bad. But here's the thing you got to understand. When you do a non-disclosure agreement, they can't release that business experience they had with you to anybody else, because that's all listed. All of the things is in the clauses. All of the clauses is in your NDA. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting them. You can't go to other people and talk about how bad of a customer that person was. They can't go to people and talk about how bad of a service provider you were. So you end on equal terms, whether it's good or bad. That's what NDA is for, folks, to keep other people out of your business, right? So that's what NDA is for. Now, like I said to you before, I'm telling you, I'm very, very heavily thinking on this. And if I get to start dating somebody, they got to sign an NDA. My privacy is important to me, and your privacy should be important to you as well. I mean, look at the climate we live in today, right? I mean, everything is social media. Everything people do now, they put it on social media. I don't want everything on social media, especially in my private life. If I'm dating somebody, we're going out. I mean, if you see us out in public, we out eating or something, that's fine. But the details to our relationship, nobody don't need to know that shit. Nobody don't need to know yours. You guys post every damn thing on social media. Stop posting who you seeing, who you dating on social media. That ain't everybody's business. One thing about business, folks, you got to understand. One, don't tell people how much money you make. Two, don't tell people who you're dating. And three, don't tell people your next move. That's why it's important for you to have privacy in your business deals, privacy in your relationships. And if the NDA have to be the footnote of your business or your relationship, your private relationship, then make that person sign an NDA. Keep everybody else out of your business, man. Okay? So that's me in business. To sign an NDA first. That's the first step. What's the second step? Second step is your discussion. What are y'all going to discuss? They already know what your capabilities are. That's why they contacted you to provide them service. Somebody already heard me speak before. Somebody have seen me get a crowd interested in being successful. I done got them revved up. I done gave them some knowledge. I done told they've taken notes. They've seen it. Some people have been at my events and asked me to speak at some of theirs. So they already know what your credibility is like. So they call you and they say, hey, I'd like for you to speak at our event. Fine. Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you back a survey of your event. I want to know about your event, how many people you are planning to have, what type of people are at your event. Are they students? Are they business people? Who are they? What do you want to get? What do you want them to walk away with after I speak to them? See, I like to know all these things. So I send them a survey. They send a survey back to me. Now I know what your event is about. And so now we have our discussion after you've signed the NDA. Now we have our discussion. You see, we have our discussion on what my fee is. Okay. How long you want me to speak. Right. You know, like some of the things I've had in my survey. What do you want your people to walk away with? Can I sell my books at your event? Right. How I want the stage to look before I get there. You know, I want my high table and my high stool there because I walk around on the stage. And sometimes I bring the stool out and sit the stool down, and I do that as well. So I ask for all of these things, right? All of that is in the discussion. Now, what happens after the discussion? The discussion is step 2. Now we go to step 3. What's step 3? Step 3 is the proposal. What is the proposal for? The proposal is to reiterate everything that we talked about. Here's the proposal. Okay, these are the things we discussed. Go over everything we discussed on paper. Sign it. Once you sign it, then bam. What comes out of the proposal is a contract. The contract is what matters. We done built up to the contract. Okay, bam, I send you the contract. Read over it good. Take as many days as you need to sign the contract. The contract comes back to me. After that, I get the contract, and sometimes I send the fifth one. is an MOU. What is an MOU, folks? MOU is Memorandum of Understanding. Memorandum of Understanding. That's what an MOU is. So why do I have an MOU? The reason why I have an MOU is because after you've signed the contract, I want to make sure you understood 100% of what the contract said. Just because you signed it doesn't always mean you fully understood the contract. So I sent an MOU, which means Memorandum of Understanding. You sign an MOU, which states that even though you signed the contract, you also stating that you 100% understand the contract. So if we were to go to court because you didn't uphold your end of the contract, you can't say, well, I know I signed it, Your Honor, but there was some things I probably should have, I wasn't in the right state of mind. You know, I didn't have all of the information I thought I needed. I didn't know these things. See, people can still try to argue a contract. So would you follow that out with an MOU? That's basically almost saying you signed two contracts for the same thing. But the MOU is stating that you fully understood the contract. Now, what I typically do when I send a contract, I send an MOU with the contract in PDF, whether it's DocuSign or just a PDF file. They scan it and send it back to me. So that's your 5 steps. 1, NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Okay. Number 2, have your discussion. Have your discussion. Number 3, formulate a proposal which covers everything that you've discussed, right? Number 4, contract. The contract will cover everything that was in the proposal. And number 5, MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Memorandum of Understanding pretty much covers your knowledge of the contract. It states that you've understood everything that was presented to you in the contract, even though you've signed it. It's another signature backing up the signature of the contract. Okay, folks. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. And the reason why I had covered that, you know, these 5 steps to the deal, to do a deal. Reason why I covered this in the Ice Cube, because I got a few more minutes left. I might as well go over this with you real quick. The reason why I talked about these 5 steps to closing a deal about the Ice Cube video I did is because he's doing business. You know, he came to it, you know, he went to Biden. I mean, he didn't go to Biden. Biden and his campaign contacted him as well as Trump's campaign. They both contacted him. One said that we'll talk to you after the election. The other said we can talk to you right now. And the other is what most black folks don't like. Came and said, hey, we'll do a deal. We'll add $500 billion to the Dead Platinum Plan. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at anybody who's willing to give me or my people $500 billion. Okay. And people say, hey, you can't trust Trump. Well, that's what contracts are for, folks. See, you got to get out of your feelings and get into your finances. See, and us as black people, we're so emotional. We can't do a deal without having emotions tied to it. Why is that? It's because we're not used to being business people. As black people, we're not accustomed to doing business with contracts. We're not accustomed to it. But we have to get there. Because when you come to doing business and doing contracts, more than likely, you're going to be doing business and contracts with people who don't like you. 95% of the business people you meet are not who they say they are. So you're going to have to do a contract. And furthermore, the best contracts, the best deals in business are typically the ones that you've struck against people or with people who don't like you. The least best deals are typically the ones that people who you love or people who've known you a long time. Why is that? Because you got your heart, your emotions are involved. So if you want to learn to be a shrewd business person, a shrewd businessman, or a shrewd businesswoman, You're going to have to learn how to do contracts with people that don't look like you and I, or people that don't may not even like you. That's the bottom line. That's just facts, folks. And as black folks, we need to learn that. We have to learn to play chess and stop playing Connect Four. That's business. Look at the NBA. Look at the NFL. Look at all these people who are signing contracts. Do you know when an NFL or NBA player gets drafted, there are times where they got drafted by the team they didn't want to play for? So he got to sign a deal with the team that he don't want to play for. And if that's the case, and that's the situation, he want to try to get as much as he can get as a rookie or as a player. Sign a deal. Person you don't want to play for, you sign a deal. Simple as that. You don't control who draft you when you're coming out of college. NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, you don't control that. So when you get drafted, you got to do a deal that's going to be beneficial to you and your family. As the other side is going to do a deal that's going to be more beneficial to that organization. So that's the way it works. So that's how you do deals. I gave you guys the 5 steps. Hope this has been helpful to you guys. We love to talk to you a little bit more, but we're 4 more minutes before our time is up. But I'm gonna cut it short because I've covered everything I wanted to cover tonight. So take a look at that video I did, Ice Cube. It's titled Ice Cube. Is on my page. I did it a few days ago, last week sometime, I think. Might have been last Monday. Who knows? But it was last week. I know that for sure. You can follow my YouTube page. My YouTube is J Hunter Lee. Follow that there. You can follow me on Twitter, J Hunter Lee on Twitter, because I'm also live on Twitter right now as we speak. And my business page is also J Hunter Lee. So check all those things out, folks. And I hope you guys will come back again next Monday night on our Monday Motivational Power Talk. I'm going to be working on having some guests coming up with me pretty soon, some world-renowned doctors, as well as some other entrepreneurs and business people. So got some good stuff I got in the world. I got some stuff up my sleeve, man, that I want to present to you guys soon. So with that being said, I want you to share this video. If it doesn't help you or it didn't help you, I'm sure you know somebody that would help. So share it anyway, okay? And one bigger favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm J Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.